reaction. All the reactants should be on the left hand side and all the products should be on the right hand side, right? So we studied about a word equation as well as how to write the chemical equation, correct? So what you can say, the representation of a chemical reaction in a condensed form using chemical formula is called a chemical equation, correct? So here I gave you the example of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate reacts with zinc to give zinc sulfate and copper. So CuSO4 plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus Cu, correct? So this is how you can represent the chemical equation. Now in a chemical equation, what all things you should take care of? First of all, as I told you, reactant should be on the left hand side. So you can see copper sulfate and zinc are to the left of the arrow mark, right? So they are the reactants. And students, can you name what are the products here? Now type in the chat box. What are the products here? Products are towards the right side, right? So which are the products formed over here? Very good. Zinc sulfate and copper. Correct, Bhumi? Okay. If the reactants or products are suppose 2 or more, how they are linked to each other? Which sign we have to put in between the 2 or more products or reactants? Plus sign. Very good. All have to answer now, right? Whenever I'm asking questions, give the answers because all these things you might be knowing. Many of you might be knowing it. Okay, these are the way how we can write the chemical equation. Plus sign is necessary between 2 reactants or 2 products. Okay, so you can see one plus sign between copper sulfate and zinc. That is copper sulfate plus zinc. Okay, why we are this adding it? Because they are linked with each other with a plus sign. Reactants are reacting together. It shows that reactants are reacting together. Similarly, in mathematics, we are doing 2 plus 2 equal to 4, right? So that means with one reactant, you are adding another reactant. Okay, similarly, here also we are doing that. Copper sulfate is first added. To that, what we are adding? Zinc. Now, to make this chemical equation more informative, we have to mention the physical state of the reactants. Now, what are the 3 physical states, students? Write the answers in the chat box. 3 physical states. Solid, liquid, and gas. Very good, Balaji. It's solid, liquid, and gas. Very good, Sadaf. So now, what you have to do, you have to write S for solid, L for liquid, and G for gas. Right? That should be written inside the bracket. Right? If the product is in gaseous state, okay, instead of G, it can be indicated by an arrow upward. Okay, you can show it by the arrow. Like carbon dioxide gas is evolved, suppose. So CO2 and an arrow upward, pointing upward. If the product formed is insoluble solid, that means it is a precipitate. Yes? Then instead of S, it can be indicated by an arrow downwards, pointing downwards. That means the product is insoluble. So if reactants and products are in the form of solution, suppose that is in the form of water, what you can write? Aqueous. Okay. So inside the bracket, you can write AQ. AQ stands for aqueous. Okay. So in that way, symbols, how to write the chemical equation to make it more clear to others, those who are reading it. Correct? Suppose if you want to heat it, when heat is given from outside to bring about a reaction, it is indicated by a sign. Can you tell me which sign we have to put? Very good, Aryan. Triangle. Devanshi, very good. Triangle sign. Triangle sign shows that we are heating the reactants. Correct? For example, slaked lime is formed on heating limestone. So CaCO3, that is limestone, calcium carbonate. If you're heating it, what you're getting? Slaked limes, calcium oxide, that is CaO, and carbon dioxide gas is evolved. So you can write CO2 upward arrow. Correct? Similarly, it is also necessary to write the specific temperature, pressure, catalyst in some of the reactions. Okay, so that is also needed. Okay, for example, reaction of a vegetable oil. If it is taking place at 60 degrees Celsius, okay, with hydrogen gas in the presence of nickel catalyst. So what you can write, vegetable oil plus hydrogen gas gives Vanaspati ghee. What it gives? Vanaspati ghee. So that time you can mention 60 degrees Celsius and nickel catalyst. Okay. 60 degrees Celsius is the temperature that you have to write there, and the name of the catalyst also you have to write. And the last one, what you have to consider, if any special information is there, that should be written below the formula. Okay. Like if suppose you are adding acid to copper, copper plus nitric acid. Nitric acid is of two types. It can be dilute or concentrated. Okay. So what you can write? If you are taking concentrated, you have to write the concentrated. CONCENTRATED. Concentrated means very strong nitric acid. If you are using dilute nitric acid, what you will use? You will write DILUTE, dilute, below the reactant, below nitric acid. Okay. So this way, these are some of the ways of writing the chemical equation. Now here there is a small activity. You have to listen very carefully. Now here we are taking the apparatus, test tube, conical flask and balance. Okay. So now what all chemicals we need? We need two chemicals, that is sodium chloride and silver nitrate. Okay. Now what is the procedure here? First of all, take sodium chloride solution in a conical flask. Okay. In the diagram, you can see the conical flask. So inside the conical flask, you are going to take the sodium chloride solution. Sodium chloride means what? What is the common, what is the other name for sodium chloride? Students? Yes, salt. Very good, Manjima. It is salt. Okay, NaCl is a name. Devanshi, it is a molecular formula. But what is the other name for NaCl? Salt, common salt, or sodium chloride. So that salt, common salt, which we are using for cooking, that we are taking here. Okay. So take sodium chloride solution in a conical flask and silver nitrate solution in the test tube. You can see both in the diagram. A test tube is also in there. Tie a thread to the test tube and insert it carefully into the conical flask. Make the conical flask airtight by fitting a rubber cork. Now, airtight means what? No air should go inside that conical flask. That's why cork should be very tightly fit. Okay. And then what you have to do? Weigh the conical flask with the help of balance. If you see the balance, digital balance, in that readings are given. What is the reading given? Let me see how many of you can see it. Reading. What is given in the reading? 300.23 grams. Very good, Bhumi. So that way you have to weigh the conical flask with the help of balance. Now tilt the conical flask and mix the solution present in the test tube with the solution of the conical flask. Okay. So tilt that as it is shown in my diagram, right? Tilt the test tube. Okay, tilt the conical flask and mix the solution which is present in the test tube with the solution of the conical flask. Okay, so here you can see how it is tilted. Okay, this way. Okay, so after tilting, what happens? Both the solution get mixed with each other. Yes or no? Okay, now you have to again weigh the conical flask and observe which changes did you find there. Did any insoluble substance form? Was there any change in the weight? All these observations you have to note it down. Okay. So now, first of all, you can see that sodium chloride will react. Okay, chemical reaction occurs between sodium chloride and silver nitrate. Children, can you tell me which products will be formed when sodium chloride reacts with silver nitrate? Which product is formed over here? Give the answers in the chat box. Okay, very good. Silver. It's a white precipitate of silver chloride in sodium nitrate solution. Is there any change in the weight? Is there any change in the weight? See the reading, students, in the balance. It's same, no? So no change in the weight. Okay. So how you can write the reaction in the word form? Silver nitrate plus sodium chloride gives sodium chloride plus, silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. Okay. That is Ag. Now in chemical equation also you have to write AgNO3 plus NaCl gives AgCl plus sodium nitrate, that is NaNO3. Now you have to tell me, okay, you have to tell me what is the color of the precipitate I told you just now, students. What is the color of the precipitate? Yes, white, very good. So how to write that white? Where you will write it? Below which? Below, yes, down you have to write, correct. But below which product? Below sodium chloride, sodium nitrate or silver chloride? Below silver chloride. Very good, Morvika. You're going to write it below silver chloride. Okay. So this way you can do it. So you have to draw one downward arrow below and near that silver chloride, AgCl, and write in the bracket white. Okay. And remaining below the reactants, you can put AQ. AQ stands for aqueous. Okay. So this way you are going to write it. So it's a small textual activity given in your textbook to show how the reaction occurs between sodium chloride and silver nitrate. You know, so what is the use of silver nitrate, students? Where we can use silver nitrate? Anybody? Very good. Voters ink. Very good, Pratham Gupta. Silver nitrate is used in the voters ink. After going for voting, your parents are going, no? That time, one small blue mark is, or black colored mark, ink is there, no? That is used in on the nails. Okay. To show that that particular person has given his or her vote. So what is used in that ink? Silver nitrate is used. Okay, so that is the use of silver nitrate. Okay, fine, students. So that was about this activity. Now we are going to learn how to balance the chemical equation. So simply writing the chemical equation will not complete your task. You have to balance it. Okay. Now what is meant by balancing an equation? Balancing means what? You have to see that the number of atoms of the elements in the reactants, okay, in any equation is same as the number of atoms of elements in the products. That means reactants and products, both the side, number of elements should be equal. It should be balanced. Okay. So if the number of atoms of each element is not same on two sides of the equation, what we call the such equation as? Anybody? What we call such equation as? Unbalanced. Very good, Bhumi. It is called unbalanced equation. Okay. If you are not balancing the equation, it is unbalanced equation. Now on the now in my screen, you can see one reaction. Chemical equation is written. Okay. That is NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. Okay. Is it a balanced equation or unbalanced equation, children? It is a balanced or unbalanced? Yes, it is unbalanced. Very good. Why it is unbalanced? Why you say it is unbalanced? What is the mistake here? Anybody can tell me what changes we should do? Okay, there are 2 atoms of hydrogen. Okay, fine, Balaji. 3 atoms of hydrogen, correct? Okay. So there is no that means you should check how many atoms of sodium, oxygen, hydrogen are there in the left hand side, sulfur, etc. Right? And then compare with the products. Are they same or not? Left hand side and right hand side. So now what you will do first? You have to make a box. So in the box you have to write reactants products, that is left side, right side, and the names of the elements and number of atoms. Okay, so here I will show you how to write it. Okay, so this way you can make the table. Step number 2, what you had to do, you had to check whether the equation is balanced or not. How you will do that? By comparing the number of atoms of various elements present on the 2 sides of the equation. Now here in my screen you can see sodium 1. Okay, left side, how many sodium atom is there? Only 1. Whereas right side, how many sodium atom is there? 2. Similarly, oxygen, left side 5, right side 5. So it is balanced. Oxygen is balanced, but sodium is not balanced. Hydrogen is more. Left side it is 3, whereas in right side it is 2. Sulfur is balanced. So that means 1 each. So from this, by making this table, it will be easy for you to find out. Okay, find out what? Number of atoms. Okay, so step number 2, from step number 2, what you understood? Whether the equation is balanced or not. Now you came to know it is not balanced, correct? In the first step, what you have to write? You have to write the chemical equation. Okay, chemical equation from the word equation. Word equation will be given to you, like sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid to give sodium sulfate. What? That is the first you. Okay, now what you will do? You will convert the word equation to chemical equation by writing the formula. That is NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. Correct? That is your step number 1. Now in step number 2, you have to make like this way table. In the table, you have to check whether the equation is balanced or not. How you will check? By comparing the number of atoms. Okay? By comparing the number of atoms of the various elements present on 2 sides of the equation. That's why you have to write like this way all the names of all the symbols you have to mention here. Sodium, oxygen, okay, hydrogen and sulfur. And check where the left side how many sodium atoms are there. 1. Right side 2. Okay, so it is unbalanced. Then oxygen is balanced. 5. Okay. Nitrogen, how many are there? 3 left side. The reactant 3, hydrogen 3, and on the right side only 2. So you have to balance it. Sulfur 1. Okay. So in this way, if you will write it, you will understand it easily what you have to do. Okay. To balance it. Now you have to tell me. So suppose if you want to balance it. Okay. So initially, 1 sodium is there, the left side. So to make it 2, what we can do? Those who know the step 3, you can write in the chat box. Then I will show you the step 3. Yes, very good. Akansha, multiply by 2. Because 2 ones are 2, right? So here 1 can be multiplied by 2, right? So look at this step 3. initially one sodium was there. You multiply by 2, it became 2 ones are 2, right? 2 ones are 2. So now it is balanced. Left side, right side became equal. 2 atoms each. Correct? Yes. Now, look here now. Look in slide. Now, similarly, after balancing, you have to again make the table and write 2 each. Now, what about oxygen? When you have made changes for sodium, when we multiply by 2, what you found that oxygen became 6 and inside the right side it became 5. Hydrogen became 4 and right side it became 2. Sulfur is 1 each. So again now you have to change oxygen, change hydrogen. You have to so when do for this, you can again balance it, right? So you can do that. So let's listen. What you found, there are 2 components of N2SO which contain maximum number, that is 7 atoms each. Correct? So any one of them we select. Select the compound Na2SO4 or further select sodium for balance, as atom of sodium is unequal, right? So how we can remember the form of compound cannot be changed. We cannot the formula. So for that, what we can here make the number sodium atom, the reactant, what will we have changed the formula NaOH cannot be changed to Na2OH. No? So instead a factor 2 we have multiplied. Hello, students. Yeah.